And I had a woman call me who was somewhat part of our ministry about 18 years ago. And we're talking about this stuff because she was all freaked out about relatives and people that were getting in the hospital and getting older and going to die and everything. And I told her it doesn't work that way, and she didn't want to listen. She was very Christian, even though she was Messianic. And she said to me, because she was getting frustrated, she said, do you mean to tell me that all these church fathers and all these people and all these pastors for all these years are wrong and you're right? And I said, yes. And she said, the ego, the pride. I said, no, they're just wrong. Longevity and history and bloodline, so to speak, doesn't make them right. Matter of fact, follow the bloodline back. You end up in Mother Church. It's part of why they're wrong, because that's what they're teaching you. But you have to be willing to stand up and say that. Yes, I think they're wrong. My wife remembers that conversation that I had. And this lady then tried to split the congregation and all kinds of stuff because actually she first started out doing what you really shouldn't do, is that the teaching would start, she'd leave the room, go into the kitchen where the oneg was going to be prepared for later, and then she wouldn't come out until the Q&A like this, and then she started throwing bombs out, and I actually stopped her one week and said, you do not have the right to ask questions because you didn't sit here and listen. I said, what kind of nerve do you have that you think it's appropriate to walk out, and don't think I don't see it. I'm standing here and I see what you do. And you walk out, won't listen, but come in and then think you're going to come in here and start poking at what I just said. Show some respect, sit in and listen, and then make your comments. Oh, Rabbi, that was very mean of you. No, it was very rude of her and disrespectful to everybody else sitting there. Somebody's got to call it out. That's the kind of leader you're looking for. Aren't you tired of the leaders that are wishy-washy, beating around the bush and won't say it like it is? But then when I do, and I finally, you love it when it's somebody else's thing, but when I pop your little bubble, I'm swinging that sword around pretty good. Eventually I'm going to hit your bubble. I've got a very wide-angled shotgun, lots of pellets going everywhere. I'm going to hit you. And you love it when it's hitting everybody else. Then it hits you, you don't like it. Then I'm no longer whatever impressive thing you might say about me. Now I'm like the worst, dumb, whatever, and you want to go tell everybody what a false thing I am. Because I was only impressive to you while I was popping everybody else's stuff. How are you going to react when it's your toes that are getting whacked? Call it Messianic whack-a-mole. I think we put that in one of the... We put that as one of the INFOCUSes. I think we have that INFOCUS called whack-a-mole. You keep moving those feet, don't worry, I'll hit them. Because it's not me. See, if it was me, yes, you can move your feet and I can miss. Because I don't know what the thing is to hit. He does. And he'll have me say something at some point that you need, because maybe I said something that you needed, but now something that you needed the next time. He will hit your toes, and he'll use someone teaching to do it. Don't use that as a measure of whether or not you like the teacher. By the way, I don't care if you like the teacher. I care if you are allowing the teacher to be a tool for him to tell you what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear. Okay? There's times when I've said things or told my wife I was going to teach something. She's like, but if you teach that, people will leave. And I said, that's not my problem. I don't care how many people are in the room. I just stand up and get out of the way and let him blast. Okay? You can clap, that's fine. Because that clapping is not for me. That's for you appreciating that I'm getting out of the way, letting him blast. I'll take care. Well, actually, you know what? I was about to take credit for the wise guy, but I think he's a wise guy too. You read some of the stuff he says, he's a wise guy. Hey, Pharaoh, you worship frogs? Here's some frogs. He's a wise guy. We'll give you some frogs. I'm sorry if you are not ready for some of this in terms of being able to handle the directness of it. Find somebody else. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the tool I am. I'm a hammer or whatever. You need a screwdriver or you need some other thing, go find it somewhere else. Some of you, after I'm teaching, you're going to the bar and you need a screwdriver. Man, that teaching was rough. I'll take a screwdriver, please. But then you end up getting hammered anyway. Oh, I just could not resist. No. I could not resist. So take the hammer from the podium. It doesn't leave you with a hangover. Okay? Actually, it'll clear out all the cobwebs, is what it's meant to do.